Hello and welcome to Cien News. I'm your anchor Luke Lin. Making headlines for this newscast is the English vocabulary contest held at the Minhang Temple in Zhutang. Students across Changhua got together on April 29th to put their vocabulary skills to the test. It's a little friendly competition the monastery organized to promote education and language. There were two categories in this contest. One was for junior high students and the other elementary students. On this day, the monastery was filled with a great number of students competing for the top 10 prizes and their parents who got a chance to enjoy the beauty of the temple. Our correspondent Carl Atnip has the details for you. Carl?
Thanks, Luke. The English vocabulary contest is held at the Minhang Temple twice a year. It has been doing this for about 7 years in an effort to promote English learning in Changhua. This year, about 300 students entered the contest and competed for the top 10 prizes for both categories, junior high and elementary. There are 3 sections in the written contest. The first part of the test has 40 multiple choice questions. The second part is a little more difficult. It has 80 questions and each question presents an English word. Contestants are required to provide its definition in Chinese. It tests students' knowledge more than the first part of the exam. The final part of the test is definitely the most difficult. It too has 80 questions like the previous part. A Chinese word is given and students have to come up with a single English word. To get a point, students have to spell the word correctly. For the junior high category, students have to study the 2,000 most commonly used English vocabulary words issued by the Ministry of Education, while elementary students have to study 1,000 words. According to the abbess of the monastery, the contestants aim to encourage students to study English harder as it is currently the most important global language. To attract more people to come to the event, students don't have to pay any fees to enter the contest, and the top 10 students can get an award certificate and prize money. The top 3 can even get a trophy. Organizing an event like this is not only good for the students in Changhua, but also beneficial for the community as well. It gives people in this area an opportunity to get together and do volunteer work, thus strengthening a sense of community in the small town. To learn how students feel about the contest, my colleague Susan Lin interviewed a junior high school student. Let's watch.
What's your name and what grade are you in?
My name is Paul and I'm a 9th grader.
How many times did you take part in the contest?
Many times, about 5 times I guess.
What do you think about the contest?
It's very helpful for me to prepare for the contest. I reviewed vocabulary words I had learned before and I learned some new words as well. It is very good for my future.
Thanks, Susan. I hope the contest motivates students to work harder like it did for Paul. Well, back to you in the studio, Luke.
Thanks, Carl. Also, big thanks to everyone involved in making the event possible. The volunteers who gave up their Sunday to set up the contest really deserve our applause. Next, we will report on the international education and volunteerism that the Minhang Temple is promoting. To help students broaden their horizons and make global connections, the monastery started to offer free English classes 10 years ago. In the beginning, there were only 2 volunteer teachers who taught basic English. As time passed by, more and more teachers joined them, and students' parents helped out as well. Gradually, the temple has become a learning paradise for students in Zhutang and the surrounding areas. The spacious temple provides a safe and beautiful environment for students to study and make friends. As you walk through the gates, you will be impressed by its extraordinary courtyard. Finely manicured shrubs, trees, and plants fill gardens covered with shell. 2 bulky elephant statues peer out through the main gate as they guard this peaceful temple. In this serene place, very few people realize that it is also helping students to reach out to a greater global community by way of modern technology. To help you learn more about the goals of the temple concerning education, our correspondent Susan sat with the abbess and asked her about her ideas about the contest she organized and the international connection she's trying to make.
What makes you organize the English vocabulary contest and the calligraphy contest?
因为国际化的因素，英语对大家。
Because of globalization, the English language has become more and more important. To help people become more adapted to the current global environment and improve their language skills, the temple started to hold English vocabulary contests 7 or 8 years ago. We also had English writing contests and the translation contest for high school students. Every year, hundreds of students participated in our contests. They don't have to pay any fees to enter the contest, and the winners can get trophies, award certificates, and prize money. As for the calligraphy contest, we hope to carry on a tradition that has been around for a long time. Writing calligraphy can help students develop patience. It's a very good art form to promote. You offer many free classes for students to study English and the Chinese classics. What motivates you to get involved in free education? What are your goals? Zhutang is in a rural area. Students here don't have as many educational resources as those in the city do. So, after I got here, I decided to offer students free classes so that they had many learning opportunities. This not only makes a difference in students' lives, but it also helps their parents ease their financial burden. Our hard work paid off. For example, 2 years ago, we hosted students from Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Belgium, the US, Mexico, and the Philippines. We helped them know more about Buddhism, Chinese calligraphy, and many other traditional art crafts. Our students helped to explain everything to them in English. It not only helped them open the door to the world, but it also gave them a chance to practice what they had learned in class. What are your expectations for the free education that you started? I hope to improve students' abilities so that they will have more opportunities in the future. Besides, we want to be role models so that more people will get involved in volunteer work like we are doing right now. And more importantly, we hope that after our students grow up, they can give back to the community that has helped them. That way, we can improve the life of our next generations.
It may sound weird that a Buddhist temple is promoting the English language and the international friendships, but it really sets a good example for everyone to emulate. After all, we are living in a global village now. In this rural area where people don't have many opportunities to practice their English, They make it up by setting up Skype sessions for students to talk to friends in other parts of the world. By taking advantage of the modern technology, the monastery put the ideas they deeply believe in into practice. That is generosity, compassion, universal brotherhood, and many other fundamental values. I hope this wonderful place will continue to nurture those treasures within us all. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.